In 2022, Elon Musk bought Twitter for $44 billion, then cut about 80% of staff, roughly 6,000 people. An anomaly? Hardly. Layoffs swept tech and beyond, and headlines turned into warnings. So people worry, am I next? At the same time, work is shifting. Freelancing jumped from 36% to 46.6% of the workforce since 2020. The creator economy could grow from $250 billion to $480 billion by 2028. Then there's AI. Some predict AGI by year's end. Others say it could take a couple of years as costs rise and progress slows. 4 months? 10 years? No one knows. But the conclusion is the same. Take control. Own your skills. Don't wait for a company or an algorithm to decide your future. Why the fear of replacement? Skills go stale. Livelihoods feel fragile. Families, lifestyles, and job prospects are on the line. Change is accelerating. Every generation says that. This time, it's undeniable. For the first time, we can't even sketch the world 20 years out. We don't know what to teach that will still matter. So act. Learn fast, adapt faster, build value that travels with you. The world will change regardless. Make sure your skills keep pace. Next, what that means in practice. Point 1, the entry level is vanishing. AI now handles the basics in programming, marketing, design, sales. The floor just rose. What was entry is now junior. What was junior becomes mid or senior. Fewer seats, higher expectations, higher pay for those who clear the bar. Who clears it? People with judgment, with taste, with speed, with ownership. They frame problems, not just follow steps. They work across tools, teams, and domains. They use AI as leverage, not a crutch. New, don't wait for a title. Ship projects, show outcomes, stack skills, learn in public, take real problems, and document the result. That's your resume. Point 2, most of us aren't as educated as we think. We were trained to be compliance specialists, good at one task, good at obeying, grades as leash. That's not education, that's conditioning. Free people set a purpose. They learn whatever that purpose demands. Goals evolve, so should you. A rigid path, school, job, retire, no longer maps to reality. Define a direction, update it often, learn broadly, go deep where it counts. Use AI to amplify the work only you can do. The era of safe ladders is over. Build range, build judgment, build proof. That's how you stay relevant when the ground keeps moving. So, where do we go from here? Life shifts. You shift. Purpose should point outward, make things better for others. Most people never choose their goals. They were trained to take orders. That training narrows what you learn. A goal is a syllabus, skills to acquire, problems to solve. If you don't choose the goal, you don't choose the skills. Your potential shrinks to the box you were handed. So how do we stay useful and safe in an AI world? Point 3, the future of work belongs to one-person businesses. Imagine as many companies as people. A business is just a wrapper that lets you do 3 things. Build what you want, solve valuable problems, and keep a share of the value. You don't need a pedigree, capital, or a founder type. Traits are trained, you can train yours. Introvert? Perfect. Build quietly, talk online, nuance included. If business doesn't resonate, drop the label. Think value, become valuable. Package it, trade it. Value exchange is older than money. You earn by giving something someone actually wants. Choose your own goal. Let it dictate your learning. Seek bigger problems. Use AI as leverage, not a replacement. Build a small, independent engine of value and keep tuning it. Now drop the hourly wage mindset. The labor theory of value caps you at this much per hour. That keeps you stuck. Why cap your value when technology lets one person reach, serve, and get paid by an audience? Social media isn't a toy, it's the distribution layer of modern life. You could go off-grid, but opting out isn't virtue. You can be spiritual, make money, and help people ethically. Skeptical about a one-person business? Good. Keep your questions. The proof is in practice. You can start with $0. Worst case, you gain skills that raise your future earning power. Here's what's ahead. Become a deep generalist so you stay relevant as the world shifts. Learn the few core skills that monetize any interest and learn them fast. Use AI as leverage. It replaces shortcuts, not craftsmanship. Turn yourself into a one-person business so you control the inputs and the upside. Map the path from 0 to 100K to 1M, while averaging about 4 focused hours a day. None of this was feasible at any other time in history. This is the modern workplace: distributed, personalized, scalable, ready to future-proof yourself. Next, we'll break down deep generalism, what it is, why it compounds, and how to build it step by step. Deep generalism isn't a trend. It's an old edge. Look at Buckminster Fuller, the mind behind the geodesic dome. In Operating Manual for Spaceship Earth, he sketches a parable about the great pirates. They ruled the seas because they knew many things: navigation, shipcraft, crew psychology, trade, science, history, geography, broad connected knowledge. They were generalists. Their crews kept narrow on purpose. Do the task, don't see the strategy. On land, rulers were specialists too, experts in their own realms, dependent on what the pirates told them about the wider world. Who held the real power? The pirates then nudged rulers to elevate the brightest people into prestigious, narrow roles: royal treasurer, court historian, master of X. Flattered, well-paid, and siloed, these minds optimized one niche and became harmless to the system that contained them. Fuller's lesson: when prestige rewards specialization alone, society gets compliant experts and loses integrators. In this metaphor, schools were built to route bright minds into narrow prestige tracks, keeping them productive for power and less likely to upend it. Purpose gets assigned, not chosen. Range withers. Want resilience and agency? Study the generalized principles of nature. Link disciplines. Choose purpose first, skills second. Become the person who sees the map, not just the task. That's deep generalism, and it compounds. Next, we'll turn it into practice: domains to blend, habits to build, and how to apply it daily. Now, practice. First, a hard truth: the system still pushes narrow lanes. Schools steer you to the highest paying title. The title then shapes a narrow mind. Unless you pair formal study with self-education, curiosity keeps you adaptable. Most people were trained to be replaceable. They followed instructions, no blame, but you need a signal to see another path. Consider this it. Come in with an open mind. We're here to reverse the damage. Do more than one thing. Write, design, market, film, lift, run, follow what pulls you. The internet lets one person learn fast and ship results across fields. You're living a second renaissance. Nature offers a warning. Animals survive by niching. Over-specialization can doom them. Picture a bird bred for longer beaks to reach shallow fish. The beak grows heavy. Flight fades. Offspring starve. The niche becomes a trap. Humans chose another route. We build tools to offset limits. Spears then. Smartphones and social graphs now. Tools expand your range if you use them. So choose breadth with purpose over brittle specialization. Link disciplines. Leverage technology. Make curiosity your engine. Next, we'll pick domains to blend, habits to build, and ways to apply this daily. So your skills stack, your value compounds, and your work becomes distinctly yours. Now let's go wider and sharper. Advancement has always been a hedge against extinction. Humans survive by being generalists, by blending skills, building tools, and adapting fast. In careers, the same law applies. Are you creating value that prevents your replacement or clinging to one brittle skill as a cog waiting to be swapped? Generalists thrive at the overlap. They link interests. They learn, ship, and iterate. That's the mindset we'll bring to business. Whether you're starting something new or choosing a niche that won't box you in, here's the skill stack, the 7 liberating arts. Hold them as a lens for every project. Logic, derive truth from what's known. Statistics, read what the data really implies. Rhetoric, persuade and spot persuasion. Research, find signal in new domains. Practical psychology, understand motives and incentives. Investment, protect and grow assets. Agency, choose, commit, act. This stack moves from big picture to technical. It helps you think independently, make better decisions, and secure your future. How do you learn it? Not by memorizing, by carrying these lenses into the unknown. Start a small project, ask sharper questions, test assumptions, let ambiguity pressure test your reasoning until clarity emerges. Pick one lens today, apply it to your work, then stack the next. Next, We'll map these arts onto your niche, daily habits, and operating system so you become hard to replace and your value compounds. Now let's turn principles into practice. Keep the liberating arts top of mind until they fuse with your identity. With those traits, any hard skill, today or 20 years from now, becomes learnable, fast, and useful. Use 3 vessels to train them. 1. Marketing and sales. Learn to attract and persuade. Otherwise, you wait for permission. This is applied rhetoric and psychology. 2. Writing and thinking. Make the value of your mind legible. Clear words create reach and leverage. This is logic and research in motion. 3. Entrepreneurship. Take your future into your own hands. Hunt, build, and ship things you and others care about. This is statistics, agency, and investment. It's a meta skill. See problems, design solutions, sell the outcome. Along the way, you grow into someone irreplaceable and, by choice, unemployable. It isn't luck. It's practice, trial, error, feedback, iteration. You learn beyond the narrow bounds of any job. Here's the truth. No one can truly teach you to write, think, market, or sell. They can only show how they do it. You must do it, especially in public, in real time. Pick one vessel. Commit to one small project. Ship it, then stack the next. Now accept this. No one can hand you a finished playbook for writing, thinking, marketing, or sales. They can only show their way. You need your way. Study multiple perspectives, compare approaches, stress test them, keep what works. Adopt a self-experimenter's mindset. Watching tutorials all day isn't learning. Practice is. Make self-education a daily habit, 30 to 60 minutes minimum. Read, search, watch, then build. Implement one technique at a time. Aim for results. Observe what actually moved the needle. Extract principles, spot patterns, double down. As the patterns emerge, design your own process. Fit it to your life, your constraints, your goals, then pass it on. Teach what you've proven. That's education with teeth. True education is discovery, not memorization. Sense-making, clarity, not being pushed into goals you never chose. Entrepreneurship is the vessel because it forces contact with reality. Which skills compound? Writing and thinking, marketing and sales, entrepreneurship. Writing and thinking attract the right people. Marketing and sales persuade, ethically. Understand your customer's mind. Solve a real problem. Create a solution that helps them and sustains you. That's a fair exchange. Then persuade. Don't pressure, don't deceive. And if yours isn't the best option, say so. Integrity scales. Now pair that integrity with relentless improvement. If your offer doesn't get better, it dies. Looking for the lazy path? Pick a replaceable task, get replaced, repeat, or commit. Upgrade yourself. Enjoy the challenge. Future-proof skills are the base. Next, adapt to the moment. What should you actually do right now? Build technical fluency. Start with social media. It's your storefront and command center. Build a name. Show the value you create. Ship content. Writing, design, or video. Educate, entertain, inspire. Attraction beats chasing. Use email to nurture. Newsletters or simple sequences turn attention into trust. Polish your visual design. Make the brand feel tangible. Trigger emotion, not noise. Learn basic funnel building. Connect the pieces. Social attracts. Email captures. Landing pages convert. Products deliver. Services deepen the relationship. See the whole ecosystem. Guide people step by step. Watch the data. Adjust. Improve. What stays constant? Character, thinking, communication. What changes? The tools. Master both, and you won't just keep up, you'll lead. System. Now, here's the shift. AI is flattening the learning curve. Specialized tasks get faster. The bar to entry drops. Your advantage? Vision. So what do you make? What do you write, market, design, or code? Start with the interests you can't shut up about. The books you can't put down. The ideas clogging your search history. The projects you dream about but postpone. That's your map. You are the niche. This is the creator economy, not the influencer game. Creators pursue curiosity and document what they learn. They attract people to a vision, a story, a goal. Remember, AI isn't curious, it needs context. You supply it. Curiosity and generalism are the edge that make AI useful, not generic. How do you attract an audience today? Options, paid ads, SEO, or social. Starting lean? Build a personal brand with content. It's the most profitable, the most trusted. When people like who you are, selling changes. Fewer sales calls, less landing page gymnastics, more conversations, more alignment. You talk, they respond, then you build what they already want. So you talk, they respond. You build what they already want. What do you talk about? Not just one topic. You're not a glorified search engine. People don't follow niches, they follow humans. Opinions, curiosities, beliefs, fitness, yes, but also family, lessons, mistakes, wins. The mix is the magnet. But if I share many interests, what do I sell? You don't find a profitable niche. You create one through persuasion. Write clear, useful arguments for how your interests improve other people's lives. Offer a product that aligns with those interests. Deliver it with skills, social, email, design. That's the stack. Understand this, and you control perception. Interest isn't fixed, it's formed. We're shaped by what we see. The right post can turn apathy into action. If a message reframes a weight problem, fitness becomes compelling. Generate interest by aiming at real problems and sharing solutions you've used yourself. Demonstrate, explain, make the next step obvious. And remember, people spend time, attention, and money on their interests. If you teach or lead in that space, they'll invest with you. Don't shrink into a label. Curate a worldview. Share the through line that connects your topics. Lead with curiosity, sell with clarity. Next, we'll break down monetization, offers, delivery, and the simple path from post to purchase. Monetization is next. But first, a reality check on skills in an AI-first market. 15 years ago, we told everyone to learn to code. Today, don't. Like fixing your own car or using a slide rule, the world has abstracted it away. Coding becomes interface, not a moat. If you're an entrepreneur building multiple products over a lifetime, your edge is vision and coherence. Retirement is a mirage. We crave meaningful work. The art is choosing better problems and pacing rest. Define a brand. Mission, vision, philosophy for a specific person. Communicate with precision. Writing, speaking, ads, video, design, email. Ship. Gather feedback. Iterate, repeat across products. Will writers and coders be replaced? Some. When they don't steer the vision. Computers are hyper-specialists. Humans are deep generalists. Together they're potent, apart they're limited. Let AI handle execution and scale. You own taste, direction, problem selection, narrative. That's the work. That's the hedge. With that frame, monetization gets simple. Clear offers, crisp delivery, and a straight path from post to purchase. We dive in next. We dive in now. AI is your exoskeleton. It drafts, designs, edits, and ships fast. That leverage lets solo operators run like teams. Some hit 8 figures. But AI doesn't pick the target. You do. Every business still needs a human to set direction, choose problems, and orchestrate the stack. Replace tasks, not the thinker. There will always be problems to solve. The question is, will you choose them or wait to be assigned? If you're stuck in repetitive, handed-down chores, you're easy to replace. No hunting, no novelty, no iteration, no vision, no moat. Agency is the hedge, creativity, purpose. AI can write a book, a bestseller, different game. It's hooks, audience, distribution, partnerships, Amazon strategy, shelf space, relentless marketing. That's persuasion, not just prose. So use AI to escape the grunt work. Ship faster, buy back hours, invest them in taste, strategy, and problem selection that compounds. Don't wait for someone to give you a prompt. Find the solvable problems, design the system, build the narrative. That's the irreplaceable layer. Next, what to work on exactly, and how to turn time saved into ownership. Start with problems you've solved. That's your edge. It tells you what to build. An education business. One person, near zero cost. Use the knowledge in your head, regardless of experience. Most people chase flashy startups after a late-night brainstorm. Big claims, no evidence. If you've never built anything, your idea space is limited. Think it's revolutionary? Odds are, someone tried it and it broke on contact with reality. Creators win by solving human basics: fitness, productivity, career, money, relationships, lifestyle. Everyone has them. Demand never fades. AI can distribute tools and lessons at scale, but it can't do your push-ups. It can't make someone show up, change habits, or live with purpose. That gap, actualization, is where you matter. We're entering a meaning economy built on education. Why are these problems so valuable? Because if people can't enjoy life, they can't do anything well. Fix that and everything compounds. So pick a problem you live with daily, prove it on yourself, turn it into a clear system, teach it, sell the transformation, not trivia. Next, we'll map your offer, who it's for, the steps, the promise, and show you how to turn time saved into ownership. Picking up where we left off. Before we map your offer, lock in one principle. People learn best from people they relate to, not algorithms, not broad niches. People, style matters, tone matters. Some will never click with you, and that's fine. It frees you to serve the ones who do. Be yourself and productize it. Build for yourself, write to yourself, sell to yourself. There are millions who share your mix of interests, problems, and desires. You only need a sliver. What qualifies you? Results. If you've shaped your body, sell a fitness plan. If you've built focus, sell a productivity course. If you've mastered a skill, sell a tutorial. If psychology helped you, sell prompts. If spirituality grounded you, sell a meditation. These aren't commodities, they're distilled experience. Your story becomes the method. A 2 days a week fasting-based plan speaks to someone different than a high-volume bodybuilding split. Same goal, different paths, different teachers. You are the niche. You attract people aiming at the same outcome in a way that fits their personality. Teach the path you walked. Show the system. Sell the transformation. Now let's map the offer, who it's for, the promise, the steps, and how saved time converts into ownership. Quick detour before we map the offer. Objection. Jeroen, everyone selling an info product is a scam. That misses the point. Every serious business should ship a digital or education product that aligns with its mission and values. People are hungry for meaning and practical skills. Institutions are wobbling. Decentralized learning fills the gap, taught by people who think clearly, act freely, and avoid dogma. Also, Business 101, sell what's already selling. Demand exists for a reason. Digital education wins because it helps. If you write it off as a scam, you shut the door on learning, the prerequisite to any upgrade in your life. The school system struggles. Education is the foundation. Social media is the new town square. Creators are the new Renaissance workers, the decentralized faculty of the internet, and a core engine of the modern economy. Even big brands see it. Ridge, the wallet company, hired Marcus Brownlee as chief creative partner. More firms are building in-house creators. More leaders are starting personal brands. Why? Survival. And the irony? We say schools ignore money, relationships, and real-world skills. Then, when those skills are taught publicly, often free, we shout, scam. Which is it? So yes, teach what you know. Package the path, sell the transformation. Now, back to the map. Who it's for, the promise, the steps, and how saved time converts into ownership. Ownership starts with control of your future. The so-called new school, the creator economy, teaches exactly that. And we call it a scam. Who else should teach it besides people who've built it? If someone has freedom, wealth, or strong relationships, they're qualified. Some professors teach from passion, sure, but if they don't have the outcomes, why copy their playbook? A one-person business is for those who value self-reliance and time and location freedom. Use social media to build leverage, attract aligned people, and grow a name from nothing. Use no-code tools to own your digital real estate, host products, and build an email list that can't be taken away. Design your schedule. Start with 2 to 4 focused hours a day, more if you're in flow. Now, monetization. What do you sell as a beginner? If you've ever helped friends or family on a topic, you're ready to start. Experience comes from stepping into the arena, not waiting. Practice in the real world. Freelancers pitch clients with zero experience to get experience, sometimes discounted, sometimes free. So post, write, share insights without promises. Free content costs nothing and builds proof. That's how you learn, earn trust, and turn attention into income. Next, we'll shape the offer around the promise and map the steps. Picking up from there, start by sharpening your thinking in public. Write to reveal what you don't yet grasp. That's how you learn fast, not by hoarding notes, but by shipping work and inviting critique. Feedback is the teacher. Treat writing as teaching. The protege effect is real. The teacher learns most. Ever read a book, then try to explain it to a friend? First pass is clumsy, then it clicks. Repetition builds clarity. No one is born articulate. They practiced. You just didn't see the rough drafts. Early on, almost no one is watching. That's an advantage. Use it. Think of your social feed as working notes, a public journal. Share the ideas that helped you. Give yourself advice in public. No need to promise jackpots. You don't need credentials to restate a useful idea in your own words. Now let's map the steps and shape the offer. Path 1, skill-based. Learn one valuable skill deeply, then apply it. Teach it, sell it. Focus wins. This route works because a clear skill is easy to understand, easy to hire, and easy to improve. Start small. Publish simple explanations. Show your process. Collect feedback. Each iteration tightens your message and strengthens the skill. That's the engine. Articulate, ship, learn, refine. Ready for the next path? Good. Path 1, client services. It pays quickly, but it can box you in. If your entire brand is, I do X for clients, pivoting later gets hard. Boredom creeps in. You've built yourself a new 9-to-5. Start there if you must. Just design it to evolve. Don't pigeonhole your skill or your story. Build a personal or creator brand alongside the work. Be visible. Be specific. People hire people, not faceless offers. A broader, engaged audience gives you options. Clients today, products or partnerships tomorrow. How do clients find you? 2 tracks: manual, DMs, proposals, calls, do the reps, magnetic, content, share clear value, show your process, let your personality carry the proof. With an audience, you win the tie. Proof beats promises. Yet early on, you'll still do outreach. The content simply tilts the odds. Path 2, development-based. If you're into human potential, psychology, metaphysics, philosophy, spirituality, this is home. It revolves around 4 enduring markets: health, wealth, relationships, and happiness. The problems here don't expire, so demand endures. Your job is to help people grow, clarify, teach, coach, design tools, whatever fits your strengths and ethics. Respect the learner, skip labels, meet people where they are, and move them one step forward. Next, we'll map simple offers inside each market and how to validate them fast. Let's pick up where we left off. Demand endures. People new to improving mind, body, business, and spirit show up every day. They've got problems they haven't solved. They want a human they can relate to. AI can assist. It cannot do their push-ups or rewrite their habits. Behavior change sticks best when guided by someone they trust. As AI covers basic needs, spending shifts to growth needs, purpose, meaning, self-actualization. The human economy expands while routine work gets automated. What remains? High-skill experts and those who help others grow. 2 paths. Path 1 chases wealth alone. Evergreen? Yes, but one-dimensional. Path 2 builds the self into the business. Pursue your own goals. Solve your own problems. Share the work in public. Writing, content, small systems. Then package what works into a product or service that helps others do the same. That's how you be yourself, improve yourself, and profit ethically. Objections pop up. But Jerome, I've never done this. You don't need to be a guru. You only need to be one step ahead. Lost 10 pounds? You can help someone lose 5. Learned a skill? Teach the beginner version. Design a tool that makes the first mile easier. Keep it human. Respect the learner. Move them one step forward. Next, we'll turn this into simple offers inside each domain and show you how to validate them fast. Picking up from last time, we'll turn skills into simple offers and validate fast. But first, why you? Because the best teacher is often the person just ahead, not the bodybuilder coaching a first-timer, the near peer. They remember the struggle. They speak your language. That closeness creates safety, consistency, momentum. So frame your message accordingly. Don't claim outcomes you don't have. Share plans, then show proof. Not, I made $1 million in 3 days, but here's my 5-year path to $1 million. Not, I lost 10 pounds, but here's my 2-month plan to lose 10. Path 3 is my favorite. Build skills while you develop yourself. A one-person business makes you a generalist. You'll learn audience building, writing, basic design, simple analytics, sales. No product yet? Practice with affiliate offers, sell, gather feedback, refine your pitch. Then build landing pages tailored to a clear promise. Repeat. As results stack up, help other businesses with the same skills. climb the value ladder. Charge more for outcomes, not hours. And don't ignore the soft stuff: communication, judgment, prioritization, follow through. You are the CEO, even if it's just you. Now let's package this into offers inside each domain and run quick validation so you know what to double down on. Now, package each domain into a simple offer, validate fast, and double down on the winners. Start with low-level traits. Learn to say no. Design your workday 2, 4, or 6 focused hours. Protect the blocks, ship inside them. Productivity and judgment become assets you can teach. What sells? The traits that create your lifestyle. Turn your psychology, focus, and workflow into clear lessons. No hype, just repeatable methods. What ties it all together? Writing. You're on a laptop all day. That's writing. Landing pages, posts, scripts, emails, messages, writing. Treat it as your base skill. Practice daily. Publish often. How does this connect to personal growth? As you build an audience, you talk about what you're learning: health, wealth, relationships, happiness, psychology, meaning, purpose. You share the process, not the pedestal. Here's the twist: build without the pressure to monetize, and you quietly set up outsized income. Becoming a creator future-proofs you. The skill stack compounds. Real example: Jose Rosado started with profile banners, moved to web design, then to digital products. One-person businesses reward evolution. Start anywhere. Shift as your interests and leverage change. If you want freedom to do great work and help the right people, skip bloated brand playbooks. Keep it personal. Make small offers. Validate. Iterate. Pick a domain. Share what works. Package the next step, then the next. That's the game. Before we go deeper, a quick warning. Outdated creator advice can send you off course. How? You end up chasing models you don't care about, agencies, hacks, just to make money. There's a better meta model: your personal brand. Think of it as a digital storefront. A local shop serves whoever walks by, one card swipe at a time. Online, you launch once and reach tens of thousands, sometimes millions. No line, just results. Traditional playbooks start with a customer avatar. Find a profitable problem, guess a solution, pray it sells. The experience model flips it. You are the avatar. Your story is the niche. Solve your own problem in public. Share the steps. People on the same path find you. Market research? You're living it. Pursue a goal. Achieve it. Talk about it. Then offer the faster route, your product or service. That's income earned by helping, not hustling. What do you sell? The next step you already took. Who do you serve? The earlier version of you. Scale follows clarity. Clarity follows experience. So start small. Ship lessons. Turn them into offers. Iterate with feedback. Let demand come to your storefront digitally. Pillar 1 is brand. The storefront. The signal that says, here's who I am, what I do, and how I can help. Build that, and the rest gets easier. Now, stop hunting for problems. Study the goal your audience wants. Become the expert at removing every obstacle between them and that outcome. Speed matters. They want results faster. Your brand is simple: who you are, what you do, and what you're building next. You attract people to a vision. Future wins backed by real wins. Which goals have you already crossed? Which are you chasing now? That's your content well. Make ideas yours by running them through your lens. Read broadly, then tie each insight to the outcomes you pursue. Becoming sharper, more articulate, more effective. That's how your perspective stays original. Pillar 2, content. It beats your bio. It beats your profile. It beats your landing page. It even lowers the bar on your sales skills. Writing sits at the core. Strong writing gives you slack everywhere else. Publish clear, useful ideas. Let people follow your thinking long enough to trust it. If they've read you for months, a call isn't a hard sell. It's a confirmation. Without that runway, you must be exceptional at closing, because skepticism stays high. Lead with goals. Build a brand around them. Publish relentlessly. Let trust carry the conversation. Lead with goals. Build a brand around them. Publish relentlessly. Let trust carry the conversation. So where does that trust come from? Compounded content. Your message layers in people's minds. One day it clicks. Think of a book. You live inside an author's worldview for hours. One idea can shift everything. Publishing over months does the same. It's your ongoing book. What do you write about? You. The interests, skills, and topics you'll master to reach your goals. not random problems. Clear goals. Frame every idea through that lens. Uniqueness comes from your stack. If everyone wants the good life, how will you climb? Maybe it's the human mind, philosophy, business, spirituality, or web design with mindset and fitness, or automation, marketing, productivity. Put 5 people at the base of a mountain. Each draws a different route. That route is your niche. To start, define a domain of mastery. One interest that makes money. One that excites you. One that develops you. Philosophy, spirituality, self-improvement. Then break them down. Principles that matter, topics to explore, mentors to emulate, connections between ideas, real problems they can solve. Filter all of it through your goals. Write to move the reader inch by inch. Do this long enough and the invoice is simple. They already trust you. Trust is earned by motion. Writing isn't decoration, it's an argument for a destination and directions to get there. If you're not moving the reader, there's no impact. So equip them. Tools, examples, mindsets, prompts. Show the path. Make it bigger than business. As you teach, you upgrade yourself. Pillar 3, the offer. Brand attracts. Content builds belief. The offer turns attention into revenue. Strip business to the bones. Build an audience. Monetize the audience. Creator, agency, ads. It's all audience first. And no, you don't have to wait. Waiting is gatekeeping yourself. You need something to iterate on. Ship a simple product today. A tiny guide. A curated resource. Even 50 quotes I use to think clearly for $10. Is the first version great? Of course not. First versions always suck. Reality is the only tutor that shows you the real problems. Ship, observe, improve, repeat, learn to sell. Sales is survival when there's no paycheck arriving automatically. Promote daily, ask clearly, make it easy to buy. If you won't advocate for your work, why should anyone else? Build the offer, put it in the market, iterate in public, keep writing to move people inch by inch toward the good life and the next step, checkout. Now let's define that offer. What exactly do you sell? Enter the minimum viable offer. 2 paths. 1. A single skill freelance service you can sell for $500, $1,000, web design, email marketing, landing page copy. 2. A single interest coaching or consulting pack, 4 calls for $500, $1,000. Start with coaching. Why? Early buyers at this level want to learn. They don't want a full build, they want to understand how. Teach them one-on-one, charge fairly, deliver outcomes. As your skill compounds, you can move up market, add done-for-you services, or package your method into a digital product. Why service first? You don't have an audience yet. Services monetized today. No site needed. DM people. Ask about their goals. Listen. Bridge to your offer. Close in the DMs or on a short call. This isn't a full client acquisition lesson. Keep it simple and direct. Bonus. Teaching forces clarity. You'll build a repeatable curriculum from real questions and feedback. That becomes a product you can scale later without being on every call. Define the MVO. Sell the first few. Refine the curriculum. When results are consistent, productize. Then build the audience that keeps it moving. Now, pillar 4, marketing. If you don't promote, you don't get paid. Simple. Most plateaus happen because you quietly stop doing the work that makes money. You drop a channel, you skip a habit. Revenue dips, and you can't see why. So market the service every day. Post useful content daily with a clear invite beneath it. Offer a lead magnet, a short, practical freebie tied to your offer. Sell web design, share a quick WordPress setup guide, a landing page walkthrough, or a checklist. Everyone who downloads joins your newsletter. Send 1 issue a week. Teach, share insights, show examples, and make a clean offer for your service. Promote daily, improve the system weekly. Not getting the results you want? Change one variable. New hook, new lead magnet, new call to action. Keep testing until it works. Courses and guides are education, not a cure-all. Skills come from reps. Life is the real course, if you pay attention. The path to 7 figures is lean. 1 person, 4 hours or less of focused, high-leverage work. Cut the busy work. Do what moves the needle. Promote. Deliver. Iterate. Repeat. Now, tighten the loop. Start with client work, get results, make money, build an audience, productize your work, repeat the middle steps until you reach $1 million, then don't stop. I call it Jerry's Law. Creative work evolves to earn more within the same time block. That evolution requires creativity, growth, and new skills to remove bottlenecks. You know Parkinson's law. Work expands to fill the time, useful but incomplete. If tasks expand while income stays flat, you're just busy. The right work compounds. Same 4 hours, higher yield. I hear it daily. Jerry, I started freelancing and built a second 9 to 5. That's a problem, not a prison. Entrepreneurs solve problems. What's next? If you rely only on cold outreach, you boxed yourself in. No audience, no leverage. Build an audience. As it grows, pivot your offers. Services to productize services to products. Make more in the same time. That's the 4-hour workday philosophy for a one-person business. Is 7 figures possible on 4 focused hours? Yes, when you have leverage, distribution, and scalable offers. It doesn't take long to publish 3 sharp tweets a day, or 1 strong thread a week. As your skill compounds, time shrinks, and impact grows. Evolve the work, increase the yield, keep the hours tight. That's the path. Part 31. So what does this look like in practice? The skill compounds. You can draft a week of content in under an hour, often less. If you know how to grow, you can generate millions of impressions. Where does that attention go? Spend 15 minutes a day on promotion, 45 minutes on a newsletter. Point the traffic at a product or service. Even at modest conversion rates, the math is meaningful. The block is mindset. If you were trained to trade hours for dollars, this sounds impossible. Entrepreneurs aren't paid by the hour. They're paid for outcomes. With automation and a small team, some barely work at all. But here's the catch. If you aren't growing or selling, systemizing stagnation just preserves it. Get good first, then build systems. Use benchmarks. If you're not adding 503,000 followers a month, something's off, and you should be able to do it in under 30 minutes a day. If not, improve the offer, the content, or the distribution. Enter CO's law. Grow from $0 to $100K to $1 million by upgrading leverage at each stage. Stage 1. Start with client work when you have no audience. It's fast cash and tight feedback loops. Don't want client work? Create a simple digital product and grow while you sell. Next, we'll map the transition, clients to products to systems, so the hours stay light and the yield keeps rising. Stage 2. Build an audience and add leverage. Client work can pay $1K, $10K per engagement. 2 to 3 clients a month replaces most salaries, but keep the 4-hour cap so you can evolve. Use the time like this: 1 hour a day, prospect and network, 3 to 5 hours a week, sales calls, 2 to 4 hours a week, client calls, 1 hour a week, write for your audience and clients, overflow fills the rest. Why the cap? If you grind 8 to 9 hours on fulfillment, there's no room to level up. The buffer is the strategy. Too many clients and attention creeping up? Perfect. Start reducing calls and shift into leverage. Begin with writing, short posts, a weekly note. No editing marathons, no fancy reels, just clear ideas that build trust. Then switch the client model, package your method into a curriculum, and run group coaching. Aim for 1 to 2 hours a week to support many. Get creative with fulfillment, fewer or no calls, async reviews, even daily tech support while they follow the program. Price per seat can be lower, volume higher, calendar lighter. What happens? Income decouples from hours. You move from 100K with 1.1 work to 300K, 500K by changing delivery, not by working more. Stage 2 creates the bridge. Audience, leveraged offer, time freedom. Next, we'll turn that leverage into products and systems so growth compounds while the workday stays light. Stage 3. Productize as your audience grows. Distribution is freedom. Audience is distribution. Turn your client work into a digital product. Sell it, and credibility becomes demand. Buyers see your method, realize they want help, and many become clients. Build the curriculum as you deliver. 1 effort, 2 outcomes. Next, run a cohort-based program. Charge less per seat, enroll far more. With reach on your side, total revenue beats the group client model while hours stay fixed. Then ship a standalone product. Package your playbooks and results. Build once, sell daily, support lightly. At that point, client work becomes optional. Expect a brief dip if you step back from services. Use the freed time to diversify platforms, improve offers, and accelerate audience growth. Here's the leverage law. Bigger audience X productized offers, Duraskar non-linear income. You move from roughly 300K to near 1M potential. Why? Digital products need little fulfillment, cohorts create launch spikes, and you can still take select clients. The calendar stays lean. 1 to 2 hours a week supporting the cohort, 2 hours a day writing to fuel growth, 1 to 2 hours building new products. About 4 focused hours, more upside, same day. 4 focused hours, more upside, same day. Now what? You don't add more tasks. You change how you work. You optimize for leverage and distribution, the levers that pay. With cash flow and reach in place, you could hold 100K a year and work 30 minutes a day. Really, what would you do with the rest? Once distribution is built, doors open. Build a product, ship software, start a company. Your audience becomes an advantage. Founders listening, or people who know them. Intros get easier. Investors take calls. Hiring gets simpler. Jobs find you. Want to go deeper? I have a full playlist on the one-person business model. Start with the most profitable niche is you, the rise of the value creator, and the writing-focused episodes. You'll spot them. If you want me to teach you how to start one, learn the fundamentals: clear writing, audience building, and digital product creation. Prefer a structured path? Take the comprehensive masterclass and upgrade as you go. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe. See you in the next video. Oh, yes, and please don't forget that if you need to upskill with AI for your job, head to CompleteAItraining.com, the #1 AI learning platform for career advancement.